Hey, Anthony here from the Best in the West. We are in Cerritos, California. We're doing a driveway and a walkway here. Where the driveway is stamped with boardwalk, two color, and the entryway and the sidewalk in front of the house is a natural stone, old granite pattern. This is my friend Ryan from Rhino Constructions equipment. I just got on to check out that Viking and that tractor. That tractor is really nice. It's balanced really good. This is a simple demo, no rebar, no nothing. I was gonna put a zipper in the middle and just take it in big pieces, but we ended up bringing a bin in with the big pieces. We wouldn't have got everything in the bin, so we switched plans. But originally, I was gonna just rip it this way and take it in big pieces. Pretty nice setup. Breaker hit pretty good. It's a Viking. Here's Lowell. He got on it. He just ended up breaking it up here and then bringing it in smaller pieces so we can put it in there. Pretty basic demo, more of the kind of stuff you want to do. These are good money makers. Not much can go wrong. You got a garage floor elevation, a sidewalk elevation. So to get the grades right and everything's not too difficult. You just go right through this. So this is probably an 800-pound breaker, I'd say, by looking at the bit of it. You can look at the diameter on the breaker bit and see how many pound it is. Like mine's smaller, and mine's a 550. So I know this is a bigger. So 750 or 800. It's one or the other. And he's going to break it all the way out to the sidewalk, I guess. And then here's the bin we got. So we got it all in the bin. Basically, we loaded the crap out of this bin. Just dumping it off here, and he came and got it the next day or so. Because I believe we poured this the next day. It's a two-color stamp. These bins come in pretty handy with the diesel prices and the fuel prices and everything that's going on. Wherever you can save money on every job now. Before you could get lazy and say, I'll just do it this way or that way. It didn't really matter. But the jobs are getting tighter price and the prices of everything's going up. And just like I mentioned in my one video, they raised the interest rate again today, 3/4 of a point, the highest raise in the history of housing, I believe. So what I was saying in the one video when I went over the economy and everything, I was pretty much right on. He's got a grappling bucket he loves. This is what they use. I just use a regular bucket. You guys see me a million times with it. This is just a regular bucket here. I mean, a grappling bucket. You get a good bucket in it. I never really used one of these except to demo houses and trees and stuff like that, but there's a lot of good uses for it, I'll tell you that. You can cut it real good, picking it up. You don't have to tilt the bucket all the way back. You know, when you're going up on the truck on when you got big, huge pieces, you could have it forward a little bit. But we really piled the heck out of this bin. You got to save money every corner. These bins, probably that one's probably $600 or something, which is a good deal if you can believe that. Just going to continually loading this up here. A lot of people like these kind of grappling buckets or crabs or whatever they call them. And we'll go in the back and throw some of the pieces to try and organize it, or you'll get too many voids. It'll just keep compounding in there, and then the thing's full, and you can't move the bottom pieces, or you'd have to move the whole bin. So it's better to go in there every couple of buckets and fill the voids and throw it in the corners and all that. See, I'll just go up in there. That's me right there. I'll just go in there and start throwing at different areas. And you got to be careful of the garage here. I normally like to lift them all the way up. But he's got the grappling bucket so it won't fall forward like my bucket. If you go into it, sometimes a piece will come off the top. And it's Murphy law to roll perfectly and hit a garage door. Got to get rid of those roots. They just want clean concrete. 5% of dirt you can put in it, that's it. I wouldn't mind having one of these buckets for different things I do. And then really sandy, nice, beautiful, perfect soil, basically. And we're just setting it up from A to B, from the garage floor to the sidewalk. So doing these and learning on this kind of stuff is, as far as setting it up, is you really can't go wrong if you're at the top of the garage floor and the top of the sidewalk. Just put a kicker stake in it. Just, you won't really need to with the grass there. It's not going to blow out, but it'll guarantee that you're putting it in place. Here's that TA gas motor pump my buddy brought out. Rhythm's real good. Really quiet pump. And we're using an Associated Ready Mix. We're out of LA. It's not really the best mud in my opinion, but you don't have much to choose from. You know, it's pretty much the same over there. I don't remember the color, this color, or what we dusted on it. I don't remember the two. They were different names than I ever recall before. It's probably from a different chart, like a Solomon chart, or I use Davis color, so I'm not sure on this. And we just put a screed board up the middle, pin up the middle, and going off that height, going off the existing board into the bottom of that 2x4. It works really good that way. When you got a distance of 20 feet or whatever like that, you can just pin it up the middle and then go to the bottom of that board and then the top of the 2x4 on the outside. And we hit it with a wood bowl float here right as we get going. So we're just going to screed this out. They went uphill and then turned and burned from the top over. They went up to about 4 feet of the garage floor and then turned it and came out that way. Here's the little sidewalk and the entryway. That'll be old granite stamp. And there goes the truck. But as always, I put the best stuff up here. Always high quality. It's a level of work I want to produce, the way I promote myself. There's a lot of good people around. It's not, you know, a lot of people can do this stuff, and there's a lot of good people. It's nice with YouTube, though. You can see how everyone else does stuff. It's really interesting sometimes. The different methods from the different weather patterns and freeze patterns, and, you know, the ground freezes in 4 feet. So people from out here really can't relate to that because it doesn't freeze. It doesn't even get freezing. So it's a different tools, different steel trowels, different, you know, they use magnesium. There's all kinds of different protocols that I can assume from that area people have done it, so that's the way they got to do it, you know. Here's the second color getting dusted. That's a release. I'm not sure what color that is. It looked really cool. And then we ended up saw cutting it because that's what the homeowner wanted. So we came back that night and saw cut it. It's a boardwalk. It's wood plank. Came out real nice. Snap the line across to get that first one straight off the sidewalk and the line. You can see the line on the concrete there. And we're just going to pound it in. This second release color powder is such a nightmare. It just flies everywhere. It can't be good for you. I try not to do too much of it. I haven't done a whole lot of it. I've done a lot of it, but it's not my main thing I do. You can see the pattern looks pretty sweet. I like this pattern. I don't like too much stamp. I like old granite and I like this wood boardwalk, but other than that, I'm not that into the stamp. Some Astro Slates work. Astro Slate works, depends on where it's going in. I don't like it at a lot of spots. See, that's old granite there going around there. And they're just pounding this in. There it is. There. If you want me to do a video when we pressure wash it and seal it, I'll do that. Here's that night we came over and saw cut it. I'm with Lowell. We're just snapping the lines. Not too many. It's pretty basic. It's not like we diamond it or cut it all up. It's just like about 2 up the middle and probably 3 down the horizontal there. I don't remember, but there's like 4 or 5 joints where it was going to crack off a couple corners. It's a nice wet cut saw. There's a look there. We would have jointed it, but some of the joints would have been in the pattern, not on the lines. The way we laid it out, saw cut it, going sideways, we cut it right in the joint, not on any of the stamp pattern. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West.